make a living if I get myself injured.
On all sides.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side.
Place this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
My legs are stiff as boards, aren't they?
I wonder how long this job is supposed to last.
Time hard. Barely spring time.
Mayhap I really would have been better off a baker.
Suppose I best earn my keep.
Oh, would that I could spend all day here.
Want some in a real
I'm
barrel?
in fine. Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this one.
All this quiet makes me itch to cause a stir.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
How do you do?
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
Can't remember the last time I had a proper meal. But of course, if it passed, I'm grateful to be there.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him. but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
I must strive for a higher understanding.
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the Abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles. She gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the Abbess can enter? If the Gracious Hand has a secret, 'tis the Abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. You've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the Abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the Abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need. If it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
I quite agree.
How might we enter the basement sick room?
Well said.
I must be grateful. At least I have a full belly. A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
Good day, sir.
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
I do hope naught befalls Lubomir. I should like to see him walk out of here in good health.
What do you think? Does this suit me?
Always a fresh breeze blowing round here. This could be a lonely night.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent? And an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Wouldn't say no to a nice, juicy beast steak. Anything to suppose that's enough.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I can scarcely see a thing in this murk. my magics grant you an elemental boon.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures around every corner.
Fine timing, sir. Fine timing indeed. My time in that tenebrous jail has only hastened the deterioration of my eyesight. I stare at the page, but the letters stubbornly refuse to take shape. Yet these old eyes might, alas, they were confiscated at the time of my imprisonment. As I recall, prisoners' possessions are held within the palace storeroom. 'Tis a place to which few have lawful access, as I'm sure you can imagine. Though, as I hear it, masquerades are being held of late. Masquerades with a great many attendees, if you catch my meaning. Should you happen to enter the venue, mayhap you would find an opportunity to liberate my poor spectacles. What say you? Would you consider doing an old man a favor? I am in your debt. With those spectacles in hand, I might actually get through one of my tomes. Pray, infiltrate the venue and find the storeroom. You are my only hope.
How might we enter the basement sick room?
I concur.
We are under attack!
Profitable endeavor.
It is my duty to devote my life to prayer.
None of this is guaranteed tomorrow. Barely drag my ass out of bed. I must be vigilant. The townspeople.
Nattering all day is tiring work.
There's comfort.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Why is everyone always in such a
worry, it's giving me an achy back.
Slim pickings of late. Am I losing my touch?
Oh, you came, sir. I must confess, I feared you would not. But I forget myself. You must be wondering why I asked you here. I should like to speak with an acquaintance of yours, a child with whom I espied you conversing. She is the spitting image of my young master, you see. 'Tis my hope that she might take his place for a time, thereby granting him a reprieve from his sorry situation.
Diana, would you paint my mother a criminal? Ahem. Perhaps I ought to be the one to explain.
Young master, I meant no offense.
Diana has the right of it, though the situation is not nearly so dire as she makes it sound. I seek only the freedom to leave my own home. My mother is bedridden, you see, and her mind is not so sharp as it once was. Whenever I am absent, she grows terribly distressed. By leaving a look-alike in the house, I hope to ensure her peace of mind while I attend to matters of my own. Would you be willing to lend your assistance? Splendid. Thank you so very much.
'Twas in the slums that I witnessed you speaking with the girl. Would you be so kind as to bring her here?
I'm just grateful I get to be quiet.
Battle is best avoided here.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in. Such quietude is a blessing.
I brought time and I know how to spend.
I'll teach him a lesson.
Slim pickings of late. Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Hi, Arisen! I was hoping you'd come by, so I could thank you again for all your help. You really made a difference around here. You wanted to ask me a favor this time? All right. How can I help? So, this noble boy wants me to pretend to be him? I'm not sure that'd work. I mean, I don't know the first thing about being a noble. Besides, are you sure we can trust these people? It all sounds a bit fishy to me. All right, I'll do it. But if I'm not very good at it, it's not my fault, okay?
This is a bit much for me. I'd best head home.
Suppose that's enough for one day.
I'll get that for you.
Best quality so you can have. Fancy a kick.
Tidy. What else needs doing?
trade favors the patient, I would say.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 't weren't so far away. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Look, young master. She's here.
Indeed. I could be staring into a mirror. Diana, will you dress her and instruct her in her role?
As you wish, young master. This way, if you please, miss.
What a kindness you've done me. Now I can go and fetch a gift for Mother. I'm hoping a little cheer will aid her in her recovery. And a flower from Melve seems just the thing. And she was born there, you see. No doubt her days would be brighter with a memento of her old home by her bedside.
All is ready, young master. You need only finish your preparations for the journey.
You know, the roads around Melve are supposed to be really dangerous. I heard the safest way to get there is to carry something that reeks of Cyclops with you, because it'll scare all the monsters away.
Let's see. What else must I bring? Ah, I almost forgot. In that goes.
The lands around Melve are rife with poisonous flora. I'd hoped to pack an antidote for the young master, but the shops had none to spare. 'Tis not only poison the plants inflict, but drowsiness besides. Might there not be a curative that accounts for both? The lands are... 'Tis not only poison the plant...
I hear the safest way to get to Melve is to carry something that reeks of Cyclops with you, because it'll scare all the monsters away.
Well then, I ought to be off, I suppose. I must confess, I feel rather uneasy. This is my first time leaving the city. I only hope I've not forgotten anything of import. You think I ought to bring some medicine and monster repellent with me? What precisely would you suggest? My thanks. I'm certain these will come in useful. Now, I really must be going. Wish me luck.
Take care, young master.
Come back safe.
Thank you for your aid in all of this, sir. I shall see about procuring you a suitable reward, so pray do come visit us again.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
This ladder... contain... Take us to new heights.
Shall we see how Har village fares of late, Master? Pray, allow me to show you the way.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way. Wouldn't say no to a bit of excitement.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go then.
A new day, a new perspective.
No one's coming to my rescue.
Now, this is a place to forget one's troubles. Gotta earn all the gold I can while I'm here.
Riding in an ox cart would be a welcome reprieve.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Good day, sir.
Look! Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
No more.
I mislike this. You shall answer for this.
Stop that!
What's to do?
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
That's worth celebrating.
I'm not
dare.
sure what's best.
The heavens must be smiling on us.
Anyone who resists, they'll taste steel.
That's worth celebrating.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
I cannot help but be wary.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found? While we're here,
Oh, sir, the young master has not returned. I beg you, find him and bring him safely home. If aught were to befall him, I shudder to think.
You'll help him, won't you, Arisen?
Someone's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
Been a while since I heard a good story. What shall I do today?
There's a ladder here.
we ought to put it to good use.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by...
This ox cart's bound for Melv.
I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
What will it take to do?
The hours seem to fly when
Wearing
I'm saying
armor
no
all
to a
day
bit of
feels
excitement.
Off we trot.
Don't be daft.
Witness my ire.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I will pull through yet. I'll knock you out so easily.
That was impeccably timed, Arisen.
That's it.